welcome to Durbania. I'm Durbin, and with Logan just around the corner, which I am so excited to see Logan, I thought I'd go back to the Wolverine, the last solo Wolverine movie, and read way too much into that one. And what's interesting about reading way too much into this movie is, of the three main characters, so you have Logan, Wolverine, obviously, the main character. You have Mariko, I hope I'm saying her name right, who is kind of the love interest, but one of the main characters. And you have Yoshida, I hope I'm saying his name right, who's like the villain of this story. So you got these three main characters. These first two, they're actively seeking death. This one, the evil one, actively seeking eternal life. And it's kind of interesting the way that they did it and portrayed it. You have Wolverine in this one, who is just kind of fresh out of X-Men 3. He just had to kill Jean like he did at the end of X-Men 3, and he's feeling the guilt, he's feeling that pain, and it is weighing him down, the pain, the hurt of it. Like, he's just done with life, with all the wars he's fought, and as you can tell in this movie, his memories are coming back, so with all the wars he's fought, all the love he's lost, all that he's been through, he is in pain, and he wants to die. And Yukio, the girl that ends up working with him, wanting to be his bodyguard and stuff like that, she points out, no, you're a soldier, and you're seeking a soldier's death. She points that out to him at the very beginning, and that is what he's seeking. Like, he's not gonna take himself out, but he's seeking a way out. Like, he is just done. He wants to go join Jean. He wants to be rid of this pain. And then you have Mariko, who almost commits suicide at the beginning of this movie because she just can't handle the pressure that the family legacy is going down to her, and it's skipping her father and going straight to her, and all the pain and all the stuff going from that. She can hardly stand it, and other things going on in her life, so she's ready to put an end to it. But you have the main bad guy, and he is so afraid of death that he will do anything at every cost to preserve his legacy himself so that he can live onward. You know, this whole movie ended up reminding me of this quote in The Magician's Nephew, one of the Chronicles of Narnia books by C.S. Lewis, where Aslan said, "Length of life with an evil heart is only length of misery." And I thought that was just such an appropriate quote for this, because Logan's in misery not because his heart is evil, but because his heart is sad, his heart is hurting, and it's in pain. And so that's why he's going through misery. Mariko's going through a similar kind of misery, very confused, very depressed. And then you have Yoshida, the one guy who wants to keep living, the one guy who wants to keep going, but he is truly evil. And had he got his wish of eternal life, he would have found no meaning in it, even though, as he said at the end of this movie, your mistake is to believe a life without end has no meaning. It's the only life that does. Yeah, even if that were true, his endless life would not have meaning. It would just be the length of misery. I mean, come on, evil heart. So when you really look at this movie and you look at the question that it's asking, I think it boils down to, what is it that really gives life meaning? I mean, you got all these three main characters in this film, and they are looking for meaning and truth in life and for a reason to go on. Honestly, when I look at the character of Logan in this movie, a guy who is lost, a guy who is hurting because he had to put Jean down, do you know where he found that meaning in life again? It's right after he meets Yukio, and he begins to have that companionship again. He begins to work for a greater good that is greater than himself. And as he's working with her, you see that something begins to revive inside of him. When it comes to Mariko, he begins to kind of fall in love with her. Now, they have a romantic thing. They don't end up together, but it's kind of a romantic thing, kind of a friend thing. But the point is, it was a kind of love that began to spark and rekindle what was inside him. It began to spark and rekindle what was inside Mariko. And so, like, at the risk of sounding incredibly cheesy, it was love, something greater than themselves that gave them a reason to live. And even at the end of the movie, Logan basically says, "I'm a soldier and I can't stay because I've been in hiding too long." Like, he's realized the fight that he needs to be a part of. Like, in that moment, I'm thinking, he wants to go back to the X-Men. He realized where he belongs, and he wanted to go back to the fight that he knew was his. He found that purpose, and what rekindled that purpose was love. And I find it funny how much we humans constantly try to seek eternal life. We have stories of the Holy Grail. I mean, you have Yoshida in this movie trying to get Wolverine's healing power so that he could live forever, when the truth of the matter is, we have eternal life offered to us right here, right now. And living eternally has meaning and it has purpose because love is what gives it that meaning and purpose. And God, who loves us so perfectly, and perfect love drives out fear. That brings healing to our heart. It brings healing to the pains. It brings healing to all those different things deep down inside. And kindles the spark of what we were created for so that we can live what we were created for. And I found that in that relationship with Jesus, that love continues to renew me day by day. It does give me eternal life, and I know that life has purpose and it has meaning because of who I serve in that life, and it's something and someone far greater than me. If you watch The Wolverine, what are your thoughts about this movie? Make sure to let me know in the comments. What did you read into it? While you're there, hit that subscribe button, become a Durbanian, like and share this video, and check out the other videos I got here on my channel, and I got a lot of great ones coming up like next week. Can't wait to review Logan. Gonna be awesome. I'm Durbin. Thank you for checking out Durbania.